y'all. So I have been wanting to do this Tom Petty cover for a while. I finally am in somewhat, makeup and clothes and somewhat here to get on camera and not feel like a bum. So, but I feel like while I'm here, something I've been really wanting to do for a while now is to record a video when my tripod here is all set up, which it is clearly, and to go ahead and show you some of the exercises, the warm-up exercises that I take advantage of as somebody with chronic health issues. Now, that's not my identity, that's not who I am, but it does affect my daily life. It definitely affects my guitar playing. And so the first thing I'm going to tell you to do is stretch your fingers out, crack your knuckles, not real hard, but crack your knuckles if you have to. It's always a challenge for us spoonies, i.e. people with chronic health issues, musculoskeletal, neurological issues. It's a challenge for us to play at the level that we're capable of consistently, especially those of us who have been playing for years. I've been playing for like 20 years. I'm great at lead guitar. I am never consistently quite good enough, in my opinion, at rhythm because it requires that consistent hand strength and consistent hand-eye coordination. And if you are a spoonie, you know that pain brain is a real thing. And just that your illness and the fact that you're in pain is going to kind of not have you functioning at your most adept mentally. So we are going to work on that as well as the physical component here. Make sure you stretch out. Really, not joking with you. If you're not a spoonie, you probably don't get it. I'm glad you don't. I don't want you to, but stretch out, get comfortable, okay? Don't stand, sit in a comfortable chair. What we're gonna do first is we're going to do a really good fretting exercise that I read about in Guitar Orb or something, like within the last couple of years, that I've been practicing pretty much every time I pick up a guitar, because it really helps to get that strength back into your hands and to just recall that muscle memory and to recall that like hand-eye coordination. So you're going to hit the two top strings, the B and E, on the first fret. You are going to use your picking hand, not because it's a picking exercise, but because you want to know how hard you're pressing. Are you pressing hard enough? If you're not, press absolutely as hard as you can to get the clearest sound possible. Now you're going to move to covering 3 strings, then 4, then 5, then 6. Then you're going to move with your next finger to the next fret covering 2 strings. Otherwise it wouldn't be a bar chord. Then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6. And same with the next fret and the next. And you may have to do like I'm doing, pressing down with your ring finger, depending on your level of strength that day. I feel like yoga helps me a lot. On days that I've done yoga, it really makes a big difference in how well I can function as a guitarist. And you're gonna press hard, like I said. Okay, so you're gonna lose that clarity as you move up the neck, since you're playing, if you're playing, I should say, on an acoustic guitar. Okay. Apologies for the fancy outfit here. I just got back from like a 50+ hour road trip. It's the only thing I've got that's not sweatpants, so you're welcome, America. You get to see me in this weird fancy outfit playing guitar. Okay. So you are gonna lose a little of that clarity, but that's okay. What matters really is how hard you're pressing, like I mentioned. If you can make it all the way up, go ahead. You do your best. Okay. There you are. And then once you get up the full neck of the guitar and you've got every fret covered, you're going to work your way back down. And you do this exercise as many times as, you know, feels right for you. I don't want you to overdo it. I also don't want you to feel that you're not being challenged enough. So, you know, that's kind of the standard advice for any spoonie activity. Do what feels right to you, okay? Don't take my word for it. Just let your body tell you what feels right. And if you can only get up the neck of the guitar and you can't get down, that's okay. This is also a good callus building exercise. I've been away from my instrument for a while, and I'm always excited to like have a great callus building exercise. I missed a string there. Okay. See, press a little harder. It's a better exercise for your fingers. And you get kind of like an idea of what your level of ability and strength is for the day, which especially if you're a gig singer and musician, which I occasionally am, it's really good to know your limits that day. Are you going to be able to bar chord Hotel California, or are you pretty much going to be playing, you know, Texas Flood? Like, what are you going to do? And many people would say I'd rather play Texas Flood than Hotel California. I am one of those weird outliers who is like, yeah, I can play Machine Gun, but damn it, I can't play 6th Avenue Heartache. It's like, you know, I want to build my strength up. And I think many spoonie guitarists struggle with that. I have several friends who unfortunately have given up playing. Don't do that. Don't do that. If it means something to you, hang on to it. Okay, so this is really the main exercise that I want to show you. You work up and down as much as you need. I'm not going to keep you here forever and ever on this, but you do you. So I'm starting to feel the pain a little bit in my body, but I'm going to try to finish up here, okay? And I've got a kitty here who is just not loving this dissonant sound. Oops, there we go. See, feeling the pain? Disinterested kitty. There you go. So maybe some of you have animals who barely tolerate your guitar playing too. I have a couple who really love it, and others who, you know, not so much. Probably have a few friends who feel the same way and just haven't said anything. So I'm going to show you one more very basic exercise. Again, this is not building skills, so I really want to drive that point home. Spoonies, this is not about building skill. This is about building strength. This is about testing your capabilities that day that you're going to play that show. This is really not about, you know, playing, you know, arpeggios or being able to solo really quickly. That's not what we're doing here. We're really working on basic strength. And I do want you to do a lot of these exercises, okay? A lot of these, if you're having issues with hands, arthritis, fibromyalgia, MS, you know, these are things you're going to need to do. You want to stretch out. It seems silly to those of us who've been privileged enough to be blessed with good health, and, you know, that may be, but it's very important for those who haven't. It's very important. So, you know, I just said we weren't going to do any of the like Flight of the Bumblebee stuff, and but you know what? Let's try for a couple of just fretting hand strength building exercises. Okay. Now these are certainly nothing fancy, and we're just going to do alternate picking with our picking hand. And, you know, just pick it out. Figure out wherever you want to set up on your neck of your guitar, whatever works for you. We're gonna just work out every single finger. So follow me. Then we're gonna hammer on, hammer off. I'm not gonna wear myself out because I've actually been doing this since last hour or so. And I don't wanna wear myself out to play any songs tonight. I always have trouble with my pinky kind of freezing on me. And we're gonna move from, you know, one finger to another, not just staying with the base pointer finger. Now you can do this for a longer period of time. I'm just not gonna keep you here watching forever. Another thing I kind of like to do is just, you know, go do like a timed hammer on, hammer off, or a timed, you know, I'm not even doing anything with my picking hand. Do this for, you know, 30 seconds, 60 seconds for each finger, keeping your pointer as your base finger. And then it really actually is exercise if you do it for any length of time, okay? It does help. So it seems very basic and beginnery, but again, we're not talking about building skill, we're talking about building strength, we're talking about testing our strength, where it's at today, because for us spoonies, it differs, it depends day to day, you know, where we're at. And then the final exercise that I'm gonna show you is of course the most basic exercise that there is, but I think it's great, especially for spoonie guitarists. Again, just running through a couple of possible causes for your spooniness, neuropathy, MS, Parkinson's, fibromyalgia. You know, these are things, myasthenia gravis, something like that. These are things that can affect the way that our hands and fingers move, can affect the way our muscles and nerves and our brains and bodies coordinate, and you know, it's beneficial. It's beneficial. And also, I think any guitarist, you can hear my new kitty crying in her isolated room over there. I promise no kitties have been harmed in the making of this video. But you know, even for just any guitarist, somebody who certainly hopefully doesn't have some of the health issues that you and I have, you know, it's good to just keep up with the basics, right? You don't want to lose track of the basics. While you're doing your arpeggios, excuse me, while you're doing the Flight of the Bumblebees, what have you, you don't want to forget about your basics, right? You don't want to forget about the chromatic scale. You don't want to forget about your blues riffs. You know the chromatic scale. So you're not doing it just, I mean, you can do it for speed. Actually, you can do it for speed and just work your way up and down. But what I like to do is kind of do it again for pressure, because my issue isn't so much, at least my personal issue is not so much speed as it is pressure, consistent pressure, and letting my hands be lubricated enough that they're not going to freeze up on the changes. So that's an issue for me. For instance, if I'm going, it's hard for me to get up to that B minor. Now, is it because I'm not a skilled guitarist or I haven't been playing for 20 years? No, it's not. It's because I have an illness that affects me when I play, and it's unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is. So I really hope that this has helped you guys. I do. And of course, warm up with your blues scales. Warm up with your A minor pentatonics. Warm up with your arpeggios. Don't forget about the Flight of the Bumblebee. Don't forget about your quick pull-ons and pull-offs. You know, don't forget about these kinds of things. But worry about the basics too. So I hope that this has helped you a little bit. I'm hoping to do another couple of videos soon. I don't know when soon's gonna be, but I do hope to do some more videos soon for those of you who are spoonies and guitarists, and I hope that this takes off somewhat, because I know that you're out there, and I hope that you're able to find me and, you know, let me know what you want to see. Of course, I hate that I have to put this little warning label on everything I put out there, but be respectful. I am not the person that you want to fool with if you're gonna troll me. Like, you've got the wrong person. So keep it respectful. Probably wouldn't have to say that if I was a dude, right? So keep it respectful. Like, I got you. I know what's going on in your mind there if you're trolling me. So again, apologies, because I know that there are probably more valid viewers out there who really do want this advice than there are jerks who are going to troll me. But if you're trolling me, I got your number. Okay? So, hey, let me know what you guys want to see. Let me know what you want to know about. There are some great, there are some great songs that I feel like work really well for spoonies. I personally happen to feel like fingerstyle guitar, finger picking is just wonderful for spoonies. It's a great fallback when you want to play rhythm. It's a really great fallback, when you're not able to bar every chord because your arthritis is bad or your fibromyalgia is really killing you, It's a very good thing to learn, and if you'd like for me to teach you some of that, I'd be happy to do that. Some of my favorite sort of spoonie friendly finger picking songs, although this really is one of the toughest songs out there, and I don't want to misquote the name of it right now, is the Bob Dylan song, Don't Think Twice, It's All Right. One of the toughest songs out there to play at all, but I'll tell you, if you're a spoonie and you've been learning fingerstyle, you'll be able to rock it. Another good one that I really like to fall back on as a lead guitarist is I like to play Crazy on You. Not just the chords, obviously, the actual solo, which is always an impressive one if you're looking to go out there and just really rock it. So that's always fun. I like Landslide a lot. So there are some good sort of like spoonie friendly options out there for you. If I didn't mention this already, I think I did Dust in the Wind by Kansas is another really good one. Dreams by Fleetwood Mac. You can't go wrong with some Fleetwood Mac. And so I hope that gives you a little perspective, a couple of ideas of some songs to try, and I'd be happy to show you some of those songs and show you some of the techniques that work for me to sort of conserve energy and just make sure that I'm not overstretching myself physically. All right, so thanks for tuning in, you guys. I really do hope this has helped. Please let me know in the comments section. All right, we'll be back with you later, I promise. Thanks so much. Have a great night and take care of yourself.